Good morning, everyone. It is Sunday the 7th. I got up at 7 this morning and I've been studying, made some breakfast. It's 11 o'clock now, and the Nelson Atkins Art Museum, which is like a mile from my house, so it's pretty close, does free yoga in their front lawn, like slash sculpture garden, whatever you want to call it, on Sundays. And I haven't gone and done it yet. I keep meaning to do it, so I'm gonna go do it today. So go do yoga for an hour, come back, take care of the dog, shower, change, and then several of us from school are going to meet up and do a study group this afternoon, because we're all retaking the test basically. So yeah, I will chat with y'all later. Just finished yoga. It's noon, incredibly hot. I was sweating and like slipping and sliding all over my mat towards the end, but it was a really good class. So I'm gonna start coming back on Sundays and keep doing this. Kaiser, you're supposed to be going potty, not napping. You nap all day. Excuse me, sir. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, August 8th. Kaiser is asleep so hard right now, and I really need him to wake up so we can go for our walk. Like, oh, there, okay. I've literally been petting him for like 5 minutes trying to wake him up. Good morning. Got some avocado toast with everything bagel seasoning and eggs for breakfast. Here is lunch. I have some stir-fried tempeh and green peas with basmati rice, hummus, baba ganoush, and some parsley. Hey everyone, it is Monday at lunchtime. So I, as you saw, studied all weekend, took the second test 1 option today, and did not do a whole lot better. I mean, I increased my grade from a 50% to a 60%, but you need a 70 to pass. So did not pass the test. A lot of people still didn't. I'm definitely not alone. This is just the hardest thing I've ever had to do. I don't think the study strategy that I used, well, clearly, that the university had recommended, I don't think it's going to work for me. I think I'm a person who, so what they recommended in orientation was watching the lecture 3 times, and each time you watch it, progressively condensing your notes, and then using the practice questions that the instructors create and give to you. You know, in theory, that sounds good, but I think because a lot of this immunology and biochemistry was new information for me, that I just needed probably to approach it from a spaced repetition approach. So using like flashcards, so I'll use Anki, I think, from this point forward. So what I think I'm gonna do now is try and reset. I got really frustrated after this test. I felt like I did better than a 60%. Like I felt pretty good when I took it. Clearly my knowledge gaps are still there. So I went to start studying for all the new material that we're taking in the next couple of days, and was just having trouble focusing. So I decided to run home a little early and just take the dogs out, eat lunch a little early, like just get away from school for a few minutes and try and reset. So I'm on my way back now. So yeah, I'm gonna try watching the lecture once after it's been recorded. So I'm not gonna go to lecture live anymore. I'm gonna wait for the recording to come out. I'm gonna watch it once, very slowly, start and stop a lot, make sure I have total understanding the first time I watch it. And as I'm watching it, I want to do all of the learning objectives, which is a document that each instructor makes for each lecture. So as I'm watching it, starting, stopping, making sure I'm understanding every little thing, doing all of the learning objectives, making sure I completely understand what's important to the instructor for testing purposes, and then I'm going to make Anki cards and just try to approach this next test from a spaced repetition perspective and see if that works better. We did some online quizzes, and we have a group assignment for this block too, so that helps pad the grade a little bit. To get a 70% in the course overall, I only need to get like a 70% on the next test. So it's doable. I just need to work a little harder on this one. So I'm gonna try this Anki route. Hopefully, that works better, but I'm just frustrated today. I don't often feel stupid, and I know I'm not stupid, but this material just makes you feel stupid. I mean, there's just so much to learn, and I just feel like everything that I learned was not tested. Like everything I didn't learn what was on the test, and I just don't know how I'm supposed to learn it all. But I know part of the struggle first year of medical school is really figuring out what study strategy works best for you, and I'm definitely in the middle of those growing pains right now. So fingers crossed that Anki works a little better for me, and I will chat with you guys later.
Such as 2,4-dinitrophenol-DMP, and lipid-soluble form of aspirin also uncouples the oxidation controls, leads to increased oxygen consumption and oxidation of NADH.
I am meal prepping some carrot cake baked oats for the morning. I'm about to throw those in the oven. Have 2 dogs very interested in the process. Yeah, so I'll bake this off, and then the icing is made with some protein powder, so we'll see what the final product is. Good morning, everyone. It's 6 o'clock Tuesday morning, the 9th. I've got some breakfast, and I'm looking over my planner for the day. I need to, before I leave the house, I need to look over what we're doing in lab today. I'm in scrubs. We're having an osteopathic medicine lab today, so I need to see if I need to bring my doctor kit with like my stethoscope and stuff, or if it's just hands-on today. Literally hands-on. Like last week we learned about myofascial release and some like muscle relaxation techniques, so we didn't need any equipment to do that. We just were using our hands and like working on each other. So yeah, I'm really tired. I didn't finish filming my meal prep last night, just I was in a crummy mood and tired. But these are the carrot cake oats recipe that I found on Pinterest, not Pinterest, Instagram. So I will give you an honest review. It was actually pretty easy to make. The icing looks weird because I didn't put it in a blender. I just blended it by hand, so it didn't get very smooth. It's not bad, but I think it could have used way more like cinnamon and nutmeg than they called for. It's a little plain for my taste, but it's not bad. It's feeding me, whatever. I'm gonna eat and have my coffee, and I will chat with you guys later. Good morning. It's Wednesday. Kaiser is throwing a fit because I'm not getting his breakfast together fast enough. Excuse me, sir. It's rude to beg. Well, officially, good morning, everyone. It's like 6:50 and I'm on my way to school now. Good afternoon, everyone. I am tired today. Got Callie out for her lunchtime walk. So I did school from 7:30 to noon, and I'm taking my quick lunch break and taking care of the dogs, and then I'll be at school until probably 7 tonight. There's a lot to do, man. I'm feeling overwhelmed, but just gotta keep working through it. So I'm gonna finish walking her and eat, and I'll chat with you guys later. So I've been making Anki cards, and I was having a hard time Google searching some images that were similar to our PowerPoint. So I downloaded a screenshot app, and look at that. And then you just save it and then go over to Anki, change to your image occlusion, and pick the, no, I don't even remember which one it was just now. Maybe. Yeah. So then you have your image, and now you can occlude certain parts of it to quiz yourself later. Good morning, everyone. It is Thursday. I actually slept pretty good last night. I don't know if I've mentioned this, but my weenie dog is 13, and he's officially diagnosed with canine dementia now, and he's losing his circadian rhythm. So he's been waking up a lot at night the past few months, and like waking me up, wanting to, I don't know, drink the tiniest amount of water, or sometimes he just wants to pace around the living room. Because he sleeps in bed with me, so he whines to be let down, but then wants back up a short time later, and he's just, it's been challenging, and like right now is not a good time for my sleep to be getting messed up all the time. But we finally figured out the right dose of melatonin to give him, and he's been sleeping so much better, especially the past couple of days. I don't know if it just took a while for his body to like get back in a rhythm, but like last night I think he only woke me up once, so you know, I'll take it. Like I slept so good last night. when my alarm went off at 5, I was like, actually, okay, I'm ready to get up, which never happens. Yesterday I had a good day of studying. In total, I spent like a dedicated 9 hours on school. Of course, took my lunch break, and then from 6 to 7 p.m., the emergency medicine club had their first meeting, so I attended that and joined the club, and they bought us all Chipotle, which was awesome. So had Chipotle, met a couple of new people, and I'm really excited for this club. I joined a couple of clubs at school or expressed interest in them, and so everybody's kind of like having their first meetings right now. But so last night I got to hear more about like what the emergency medicine club will actually do. And basically, like once a month, we're gonna have some sort of meeting where we learn a procedure. So like we have a stop the bleed clinic we're gonna do. We're gonna learn how to cast. We're gonna learn how to suture. What else were they talking about? I don't know. And then apparently there's an annual paintball trip that they like to go do. So and we also partner with the Wilderness Medicine Club, which is another club that I joined, to do some of these life-saving techniques. Like we'll probably do some of these clinics together. Yeah, so it sounds like it's going to be a really fun club to be a member of and get to learn a lot of good like hands-on skills, and so I'm excited for that. I've been a little lonely, and I think I've expressed that. It just, when you spend basically 9 hours alone in a study room every day, it's a little lonely. But, now that all the clubs and things are going to start having meetings, it'll give me more to do socially. I feel like everybody at school always says that we're going to hang out or do something that's not school, but we're all just pretty bogged down right now with all of this material. And like yesterday after the meeting, I was like, oh, I kind of want to, I don't know, go get a beer or something. And then I was just so tired. Like I wanted to be social. It was somewhere in there, but then I just didn't have the energy to like make anything happen. I'm going to try to be social this weekend. We're going to be social. We're going to have friends, Megan. So, yeah, I am clearly driving to school. It's almost 7. Got a lot of lectures to watch today. I had a really good study day yesterday, but I didn't get quite through all the new material. So I've got to catch up on like one lecture from yesterday, and then I think we get 3 more today. So like I need to do a lot today, but it's nice that we don't have a test until next Friday. So I have a little more breathing room for the second test than I did this first test. So, because we only had like basically a week and a half with that material. So I've got a little more time to prepare for this second test. More lectures, but I don't know. It probably equals out, but I don't know. Something about feeling like I have more time is making me feel a little bit better about this one. So I'm going to stop rambling, and I will talk to you guys later. Today's lunch is tofu in buffalo sauce with seaweed flakes over brown rice and some green beans. It's like 8:30, just finished a run. Stayed at school until 7 today, so it was a long, like 10-hour study day. I needed this run though. I needed to get that anxious energy out. So I'm just finishing my cool down lap and gonna head home and eat really quick and go to bed. Happy Friday, everyone. It is lunchtime. So last night I went for a run. Yes. My brain is already fried. Went for a run, came home, and meal prepped a little bit because I'd run out of food. So I made, these are lamb meatballs. It was a recipe I saw on Instagram. To go with the meat, you pulsed in the food processor some red onion, parsley, pistachios, and some olive oil. And then you put that in with the meat plus seasoning. And they turned out really good. So I'm having some leftovers for lunch, and then I'm gonna head back to school. This morning we did something that I thought was pretty fun. So we've been talking very heavily about the immune system, but in sort of like an abstract way. Well, today for 2 hours we went through case studies and went through the process of like actually diagnosing and what lab tests we would order and what do these results mean, and if you get this result, what would be your next step diagnostically, like what additional labs would you order. So it was fun. It was very mentally stimulating. Yeah, so good day so far at school. We have a lecture this afternoon, a 2-hour lecture on cancer, kind of like the biochemical processes that cause cancer. So I think that'll be interesting as well. So yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling and eat my lunch.
Did you see the one we looked at earlier with the tumor oncogenes?